when you sit down to talk to somebody either asking for money or you're being asked for money, it's very important that both parties know the length of the loan. Does that make sense? I know it seems simple, and I know I'm probably beating a dead horse, but you would be surprised how many people ask for money and say, oh, well, I'm going to need it for a year. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought you were only going to use it for 3 months. I need my money back. So just be very, very intentional about talking about the length of the time that you're going to use the money. Does that make sense? Okay. Points. Do you guys understand what points means when you're lending money? Points basically means the percentage. So let's say you're giving out a $100,000 loan at, I don't know, 3 points. So the moment you let that person borrow the money, they need to pay you the points that you guys agree on. So for 100,000, 3 points is going to be $3,000. Okay. That doesn't go towards the loan. That doesn't go towards the interest. It's just the points to borrow the money. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions so far? So both parties need to agree on the amount of the money, the length of the loan, and how much points need to get paid up front. Make sense? Okay. The next thing that needs to be talked about is the interest rate. What is the interest rate on the loan? So let's say you're borrowing $100,000 at 10%, right? So you're going to do 10% of the loan divided by 12 months and then paid out monthly. Does that make sense? Are you guys following?
No. Can you repeat that one, please?
Okay. So let's say that the interest rate is 10% of the loan. Okay. So if you have a $100,000 loan and you're going to borrow it at 10% annually, you're going to then divide that 10%. So that's going to be $10,000 divided by 12 months. So that's going to be $833 a month in just interest that person needs to pay to you on top of the points. Now that first payment is not due till the second month of the loan. So let's say I let you borrow it on the 1st of January. The 1st of January, you're going to give me $3,000 for how many points. And then the 1st of February, you're going to give me $833 due to the loan. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Felipe, does the points you have to pay them monthly?
No, the points are just one time.
Okay.
Yep. Good question. Now, you guys also need to talk about something. This should be 4.5. Are you going to take interest only payments, or are you going to take interest and loan payments? So are you going to take interest only, $833, no money towards the loan, or are you expecting interest plus loan pay down? So are you expecting $200 towards the loan plus $833 in interest, or what is it? For example, Diego and I do interest only monthly payments because we want the full amount of our loan at the end of the loan. Does this make sense, guys? Any questions on that so far? Please ask. All right. The next thing is, will there be a lien on the property? This is very important because everyone's buddy when you're letting people borrow money. But if something goes south, you want to make sure that you have an equity stake in the property by adding your name as first lien holder on the property. If something happens to that property, you will be the first person to be paid out when that property gets sold at the county court, sold, or whatever. Okay. So the lender potentially should always put their name as first lien on the property. Is there any questions about that?
Now, I have a question.
Go ahead, Larry.
Just my question was, how many liens are you allowed to have on a loan? Because you said first lien is the guy, I guess, that the hard money lender. What if you have like somebody helping you with the down payments? You already have a hard money loan. Can you do 2 liens on a loan?
You can.
Yes.
But I want to be first lien if I'm putting more money than anyone else.
Right.
I want to be the first one to get paid.
Is there a limit on how many liens?
Diego?
No, there is not. There's no limit, because at the end of the day, you can borrow as many things, right? But at the end of the day, anybody that's going to be a lien is going to have to be smart enough that they need to make sure that they can get paid if you do sell your house. So for example, I am with some people here in Rat Race, I've been first lien, but then for example, with Frank, I am second lien because he bought his property with a conventional loan, and then I put in the money for the renovation. So, but I did put a second lien on his house. And there's nothing that I can do about it. Like it's just being on second position. That's it. Because the conventional loan will take first place.
Thank you, guys.
So does a lien have to be only with regards to like a property, or can it be anything like valuable, like more than the amount which you're
It
borrowing?
doesn't have to be more. It doesn't have to be more of the amount. Ideally, you want it to be more of the amount, but it doesn't have to be. But you can put a lien on really like on anything. But in order to make it right, you want to register it with the city, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that cost anything to register it with the city?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like you have to go through an attorney and all that other stuff. There's like a recording fee, the attorney fee. I would say it's usually like $200 to $400.
Okay.
And when you say the city, is it just like going to the county clerk's office, or is there like an appraisal office, or I mean, where do you go for that?
Yeah. So usually, the way that I have done it is through a title company. So through the title company, they go through their attorneys and everything, and then they charge a fee at closing. I know that, for example, I gave Leo 50,000 once, and Leo, if you want to share, your title company did put the docs together. They wrote everything, right? Did you just send them an email with what we had agreed upon, and then they wrote the docs?
Yeah, it's super easy. And we've done it, I think, twice since you and I worked together. But yeah, you're just explaining you're telling him that you want him to have first lien, and then you give him the terms. So like he's going to have a promissory note with X amount of points, X amount of interest, and with the balloon due in 60 days. It's really simple. Like this bullet pointed out, the title company will give you the loan docs, but you don't have to do anything. And then they'll email it to you and the private money or hard money lender. And then you sign it and they send the money to title at closing. Really easy.
Yeah, so I also closed 2 properties just like that, with the same thing. So the deed and the promissory note. That's very easy, and that's all made by the title. You just need to provide the name of the lender, address, points, rate, and the time of the loan. That's it. And another thing that is very interesting is that the lawyer always writes the contract to protect the loaner. That was very interesting because I didn't say anything about delay. What happens if I got delay? And the attorney told us, "Hey, I cannot accept this. You need to write here something to define what happened if I got delay and I got some penalties, right?" So the attorney in that case helps the loaner.